In the blue corner, almost a newcomer to our Sheffield rings, Bill Tarantus. Your referee is Mr. Ken Lazenby.
Hello again, grappling fans. Good afternoon to you, and once again here, a freestyle session at the City Hall in Sheffield. And we start a preliminary bout of mid-heavyweights between Bobby Graham of Sheffield in his usual leotard, back to us on the left there, and Bill Tarantus of Chicago, United States of America. 6 5-minute rounds, 1 fall to decide.
Take it away, round 1.
So no identification problems here at all. The Sheffield local boy, who didn't get much of a reception when he got in the ring, by the way. Bobby Graham, 14 stone 11. Bill Tarantus of Chicago in the light trunks there at 14 stone 7, but both mid-heavyweights. Ken Lazenby, the referee, could have trouble any moment with this one. There he is, Lazenby. He knows Bobby Graham's tricks. Backhammer now to Tarantus. Still the backhammer by Tarantus. Well, this backhammer is certainly lasting a long time. The Sheffield wrestler unable to get out of it. Feet very near the bottom rope there. Might get himself a break by that means. No, give Bobby Graham his due. He hasn't tried it. Backdrop, but taken over in a double leg Nelson by Tarantus. This is a 1-fall bout, remember. It's a lot of risk to take in round 1. Just a couple of minutes left in this first round of 6. And Tarantus now with that folded leg at the back of his neck. Back to the toe and ankle. And finally, Bobby Graham clear of the hold for the first time for some time. And in the half.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, shoulder press, but you'll never hold that disorder. Bear hug, Tarantus. So the pull on grab it to Bobby Graham now with about 40 seconds to go. Half a minute now, and still Toronto's trying to get out of this pull-on grab-it move. It's his turn to be in a hole for this long. He had Graham in it for quite a time at the beginning of this round. He could save his energy now if only he knew it. There's 10 seconds to go. Normally, when we get a local wrestler in the ring, as is Bobby Graham, local here in Sheffield this afternoon, we get a tremendous cheer. One of the first times I've ever seen a local boy get so much booing as he did when he stepped into the ring at the beginning of this bout. I think possibly mostly because he's a bit of a rule bender, but he's local just the same, and they generally stand up for their own. Anyway, we'll see what happens in the remaining 5.
Second round.
Round 2, 5 rounds to go, and remember, 1 full besides this bout. That forearm smash came from the leotarded Bobby Graham, and again on the floor, Bill Tarantis there. Bill Lazenby, the referee. Ken Lazenby, sorry, I beg his pardon. Ken Lazenby. And again, Graham going for that same turnover shoulder press, but Tarantis getting out of it the same way with that leg shot. But into the roll, one to the bottom rope. Now there's a typical move of Bobby Graham. He'll get more boos even from here in Sheffield if he continues that. Single leg Boston, Graham.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So folded leg to ground, toe hold. That is Graham's whole left leg, right over the top. His opponents there holding it on. And so often, just as you explain exactly how it works, they change it. Graham's full weight now on the Tarantis' feet, but it wasn't enough. With that side headlock ground position. He's laying it on quite viciously. I think Bobby Graham would certainly like to move from there. These two haven't really got the crowd here at the City Hall in Sheffield going yet, but it takes more than the first round and a half of a preliminary bout in general to do that. Still that traversing headlock by Graham.
What do you say?
A grommet to Graham. He switched it to a grommet. There's that right hand on the shoulder. His own left. Right across underneath there. And now a few shouts to come on Bobby Graham. But there's the cheer for when Toronto's counters. So I guess there's some fans of both men here. 1 minute to go in round 2. Toronto keeps threatening that double chop to the sides to counter this crossed hands. He didn't even have to land it. Well, that's more the Toronto's we know. Graham's followed down a little bit late, but it was definitely unintentional. Just 8 seconds now.
1, 2,
Bill Toronto's from Chicago, parents Greek-American, Macedonian actually. We're at 14 stone 7, there he is, and nearly all the time looks as though he's on the wrong end of a beating, but as he did then at the end of that second round. But he comes back very, very quickly indeed. He's a powerful man, and although he's got a little sense of comedy and fooling his opponent to take it easy, he comes back suddenly. Might see a chance of a sudden comeback by Bill Toronto's here any second, I think. He's obviously thinking about it. The start of this third round, 4 rounds to go. No score, of course, because this is a 1-4 bout at mid-heavyweight. Toronto's coming back as Graham really taking over at the moment. Toronto's left leg worrying him, so Graham goes for it in a single leg boston, but on the ropes. That's the 3rd time in this bout he's tried that same move on the Toronto's left leg. And he might have got a submission from it. He's going on a 4th try now, but a different style. That throw didn't come out at all. Somewhere near the eyes, was that? Crowd didn't like the look of it. It must have looked a bit suspicious. It's all right, even if his man is not facing him, as long as he's on his feet. Cross shoulder and slam for Graham. Reverse double knee. They didn't get the double knee on. Again, activity to run this move with his head right under the chin. Saves all the trouble and bother of living a forearm uppercut, I suppose, just especially if he's the right height for it. Semi-jab stranglehold now to Graham. First butt to the head, and I think illegal in Sheffield, I forgot, yes. Headbutt to the head, not legal in Sheffield. This is one of the local rules that wrestling here that changed the freestyle rules just slightly. All over the country, you can headbutt to the head, but not in Sheffield. So a public warning, and of course Graham completely forgot about that. There are several other moves that one is not allowed to do in Sheffield either. For instance, the back elbow. And any other move that comes up that's illegal, we'll probably get a public warning for. Well, that's not just Sheffield that stops you doing that. Preventing the man breathing is universal. Inside the hand, no harm at all. Picking him up too quickly, and a second public warning for doing it.
A second public warning to Graham.
All in one round. And 20 seconds to go in round 3. 2 public warnings against Graham already. Semi-jump stranglehold. Again, Graham attacking. I wouldn't be surprised to see Toronto's come back here. The grab it is on to Graham, but on the bell. And this is the interval. They get a little bit of rest before they have to start round 4, which will come up pretty soon. He's only got just about 10 seconds to go, and before they start round 4.
Take it away, round 4.
And 3 rounds to go with no score, except that Graham in the leotard has got 2 public warnings against him already. This is Bill Tarantis, with his back to us, the light trunks. And Tarantis may be coming back now, as we've been expecting him to all the way through this bout. Great leg spread, a vicious one. Maybe this will slow up Graham just a little bit. He's going to try it again. I think that maybe Bill Tarantis might giddy himself up a little if he ever does that. Oh yes, inside of the hand, shot to the throat, nicely. Up at 5, no trouble. Still Tarantis, a pile driver on the way over. And the crowd really shouting for Bill Tarantis now to finish off this local boy of theirs, Bobby Gray. Seems to be doing all right at the present. Dictating this round altogether so far. The slam, but got caught in his own body slam there, this timing. And that might have weakened him a bit. Pull on, grab it now to Bobby Graham. Graham has 2 public warnings against him. The next time he's out. Graham standing on the bottom rope. Quite illegal. check. Trying for a Boston there as he was given a chance to go for a Boston. He didn't start with it. He's trying again, but this time it's a double arm from Graham, and now trouble for Torontis. Oh, he's missed it, and that's it. Graham the winner, and that won't get a lot of cheers. 2 minutes 15 seconds into round 4. Graham the winner by the 1-4 required.
In 2 minutes and 50 seconds of the fourth round, Graham has been disqualified for striking after the foul.
So the decision reversed as the MC, Arthur Green, was announcing it because of a disqualification.
Graham is himself to blame. I was just going to announce that Graham had gained the victory with the fall, but he disqualified himself by striking after the bell.
So Torontis the winner, there he is. Torontis the winner on a disqualification, but having lost the 1 fall necessary. Unusual finish, but Torontis is the winner.
They've sent for them. No, they've sent for them. I think they're just slow in coming. Well, here's one. Here's one coming now.
Second event, ladies and gentlemen, over 8 5-minute rounds with 2 falls, 2 submissions or 1 KO to decide, gives us Peter Preston of Bradford in the blue corner. His opponent is your very great favorite, Kung Fu. Kung Fu in the red corner, Peter Preston in the blue corner.
Yes, for our first of the 2 main bouts here this afternoon, Kung Fu versus Peter Preston from Birkinshaw near Bradford, 13 stone 1 on the right there, hands on hips. And Kung Fu at 12-7, so giving it away a little weight, but a heavy middleweight contest just the same. And here we go for round 1.
Heavyweight, round 1.
Now this is an 8 5-minute round contest. 2 falls, 2 submissions, or a knockout to decide. And if Preston can keep up that pace against Kung Fu, he might have a chance. But this boy is very, very fast. We haven't seen Peter Preston in the ring for quite a time on television.
1, 2, 3.
Notice he still has a protective knee bandage that he wears from an injury he got in the ring quite a long time ago. He's just worried about it starting up again. Semi-jam stranglehold now to Preston. There's the speed and the counter. Oops, he was released. He was told for release on the Roach break. He released, and that's what he gets for it. Ken Lazenby, the referee, will allow it this time. But don't think he'll take much more of that. The barefoot spin out. Kung Fu wrestles barefoot. Forward over the top of West double leg Nelson. Kung Fu. Possibility, but a double arm out of Preston. Out of his bridge into a stranglehold there by Preston. Preston half a stone weight advantage here. Could make a difference. This Kung Fu boy really moves. That hammer still on underneath there. Kung Fu realizes he can get no further with it. This masked wrestler, Kung Fu, will be realizing any moment now that it doesn't pay him to release his man, stay in with a distance. Twice Peter Preston's got him with a rebound. Possible shoulder press. It's those feet that I'd be worrying about if I was Preston now. Just thought of it. Got it twice. Well, you saw Kung Fu tapping the shoulder there as if to say, look, I'll walk back. Let's make a clean break of it. But Preston wouldn't allow it. Just 1 minute left in this first round of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wrist lever by Kung Fu winning hands-on moments. Oh, until that beautiful work. Proving that he can wrestle if he wants to. Very well indeed. That was a slick one. Kung Fu offered in his hand. And that's what happens when he takes it. 10 seconds. Well, Kung Fu, all he was doing was following his one of the traditions of the martial arts, Kendo and Karate and Judo and Savat, and also, of course, Taekwondo, and to bow to his opponent before and after each round. Preston didn't seem to like it and went for the back of his neck as he did so. Now being warned by Finlay to be not to do it again. 7 to go. Round 2, 7 rounds to go, 2 falls, 2 submissions or a knockout to decide this, and Kung Fu still offering 11. He grabbed it last time, but not this. And there's a perfect example of the Savat move, tacky with the feet. Preston trying to stamp on the bare feet with no avail, not going to see the slightest difference. So from a semi to a full Japanese stranglehold to Preston. Still not much sign of any score. Nobody's had a pinfall chance yet in this bout. Nice leg trap by Preston, again proving that he can attack well and legitimately if he wants to. Perfectly legal to bend the foot over as long as he doesn't separate the toes. Side head chancery now comes from. Full just out onto the top rope, landing on the apron just outside it, the ropes, with no trouble. He's going down especially, asking for a break. He didn't get a count from Lazenby intentionally because it was an illegal move of putting out. Just wants a break of a few seconds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
A couple of minutes to go in round 2, and Preston again using his strength here, an extra weight, to land this man face down on the ropes. Throat down on the ropes, I should say. And over the top of the shoulder press, but into the ropes, feet. Nice glancing forearm to the chin.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Preston having all his own way with a minute to go in round 2.
5, 6.
Oh, yes. 25 seconds to go, and Preston really walks into that one. Preston again, illegal use of the ropes, but it's on the bell anyway as he gets the warning. Preston. There he is, Peter Preston from Bradford, or actually Birkinshaw, right outside. A half a stone weight advantage here over Kung Fu. Still really not taking advantage of this to any extent. He's tried a couple of times, but mostly illegally on the ropes. If only he'd just go in there and use those forearm smashes some more. I think he'll get further with this very quick boy.
Second away, round 3.
Round 3, 6 rounds to go, no score. Kung Fu versus Peter Preston. Nice reverse by Kung Fu. If he can get his man over on a double leg Nelson, he got in there, but he couldn't hold it for more than one. Off the ropes made that even heavier to take, I should think. For itself, of course. The referee was watching all that just the same as you were at home. That left hand trying to do it, this trick's blind side of the ref, but failing miserably.
2, 3, 4, 5.
There's so many moves that Preston proves what a wrestler he is. Why doesn't he keep to them? Oh, yes. Nicely walked into that drop kick. What a perfect one. A stretch hold and a slam to Kung Fu. And a reverse double knee hold will finish Preston for this round.
With a headman and press in 2 minutes and 10 seconds of round 3, the first ball to Kung Fu.
Although nobody knows where he comes from, this boy, they've seen the speed and the tremendous skill of this fella, and they just like it. Especially when he fights a rule bender, as he is doing this afternoon. 5 rounds to go.
Round 4.
As we start the 4th with Kung Fu leading Peter Preston of Bradford by 1 fall to 0.
3, 4.
And Lazenby finally, after many private warnings, is delivering his first public warning to Preston.
A public warning to Peter Preston.
Get up! 2, 3, 4, 5.
Preston holding on after delivering the 4-round glances. And left hand to the back of the neck to pull on the head to the 4-arm smash.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Really folding that neck up there. I think that's enough of that. Lazenby doesn't want any more, but reverse double knee hold following it up. He might be sufficiently weakened, but where are the hands? The hand was on the throat underneath that double knee. The referee spotted it, so wouldn't give the count. And he won't count now for Kung Fu to get up in 10 either. He's got plenty of time. But he wasn't even up. Well, you can hear those shouts from the crowd here. Get him out. And after that, I see what they meant. Yes. Left hand. The left hand that the ref was blindside to. A wee bit now, but he attacked his man before he got up, so a second public warning in the fourth. Second and final public warning to Peter Preston in round 4. Certainly the referee, that's all he needs now to get his third and back to the dressing room very quickly indeed if he delivered that. Ah, now Kung Fu getting his own back a wee bit here. But still, Kung Fu is leading Preston by 1-0. 2 public warnings against Preston. Backhammer from the top and held on beautifully there. Look at that lock with the leg. Very neat move. Seldom you see that. Quick a submission here. All he wants is this submission, and he's got the bout. 2-0. Figure 4 leg lock, not worrying him half so much as that left arm of his. Preston has really got that left arm jammed around there. Kung Fu's got another minute to make this pay off. Preston trying to force his way to the bottom rope to get the break. Looks like he's going to make it. He's made it. It's a little bit high, that one. 8 seconds. Peter Preston, who got his training as an amateur at the famous Hilltop Amateur Wrestling Club in Bradford. Been a pro since the mid-60s. And the rugby league he used to play before, with Batley 18 before taking up wrestling full-time. Car accident around 1967 put him out of wrestling for a bit, but now he's back again, finally, with a vengeance. But he's got trouble today.
Take it away, round 5.
Round 5, 4 rounds to go, and still Kung Fu leading Peter Preston in the normal black trunks. The advantage by 1-0. 2 public warnings against Preston. And Lazenby, the referee, liable to disqualify him if he has much more trouble with Preston's antics.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
As we were saying earlier, quite a few holes not allowed to
1, 2,
deliver in the wrestling ring in Sheffield. And unlucky that for Kung Fu. He went up to try to get over the top. Mistimed his jump. I think it's the right arm that was caught there. Unluckily. And now Preston, the greatest chance he'll ever have for the equalizer right now. This is the Kung Fu right arm that's worrying him, especially the hand, I think. Just mistimed that one jump. Oh yeah, he got the jump right then, and but he got caught in the check beautifully. Preston timed that nicely. And Kung Fu in real trouble now. Preston going in with a crutch hold and slam. And reverse double knee hold to get the equalizer. Must be, there it is. The equalizer in round 5. Just took him 1 3/4 minutes to do it.
In 1 minute and 45 seconds of the 5th round, with a body slam and press, Preston gains an equalizing 4. 1-4 apiece. Round 6.
3 rounds to go now, as 1 fall each, 2 public fallings against Preston. And we start round 6 with 3 rounds to go, and Preston had a tremendous advantage at the end of that last round, getting that equalizer quite easily because of an accidental mistimed jump by Kung Fu. Whether he can be that lucky again, we will see. A special Kendo move or something. Oh, yes. That really stopped him. Kung Fu really coming into this round hard. Oh, landing right on the stage. Preston following him and kicking him outside the ring, which is quite ridiculous. Preston lost his temper completely, and Lazenby is obviously going to disqualify him. There's Doug Rowe-Wisco, the brother of the promoter, Arthur Green, the promoter out there, and everybody out there. Kung Fu back in the ring, waiting for Preston to come back, but he's not going to make it in time on the count. So it's Kung Fu the winner on a knockout in 1 minute 28 seconds of round 6.
Preston gets his dessert by failing to beat the count and return to the ring. The winner is Kung Fu on a knockout. Preston, the winner, Kung Fu. gentlemen, over 6 5-minute rounds, 2 falls, 2 submissions, or 1 KO to decide, brings together in the blue corner, Pat Roach of Birmingham. Opposed by one of the greatest favourites in our wrestling ring, Mike Marino.
Well, what a build-up, and I don't think it's exaggerating one bit. When you introduce Mike Marino, whether it's me here at the commentary table or whether it's the MC in the ring, there's simply not enough one can say about this man's skill, technique, expertise, and experience. There he is, looking so small on the left there, with his back to us, against the giant 19 stone 12 Pat Roach of Birmingham. 6'4" of him. Mike Marino a mere 5'11". But Mike Marino's got trouble here going up to the heavyweight class to take up this boy. But the next 6 rounds will tell. 2 falls, 2 submissions, or a knockout. Any doubt about identification here? Marino with his usual black trunks. And he'll need all his skill here against this tremendous man of 5 stone, almost to the pound heavier than he is. Pat Roach at 19 stone 12. Marino at a mere 14-13 in the mid-heavyweight bracket. In fact, he's the mid-heavyweight champion. But he so often goes up a weight as today. He just could have taken on a little much this time. Ken Lazenby, the referee. A lot of people believe that Pat Roach is delivers some foul moves, is a rule bender generally, but I've never really believed that he does this intentionally, as people say. Let's see who's right this afternoon. So they're booing him already, and it never seems to understand why he gets the boos. To a man of 19 stone 12, you have got timing. And it was tremendous. And the way Roach took that whip on his arm, as he often does. Underneath, fortunately backhammer, but wristed, and he brought off the gap in there, Roach. That's just a single figure interlock, very difficult to see from ringside as well. I think it's just a single figure. Right now a double wrist lever. Double-handed wrist lever to Roach. And Marino up even from that on his toes. He's going to use his weight and height, obviously, here, and I suppose you can't blame him, as long as he does it legally. Warning Marino that he was using his fist, then I can't believe that. Marino seldom breaks the rules in any way, shape, or form, unless his opponent really gets him angry and starts it. Marino doesn't have to. Then he'll have to even in the side-head chancery against Roach. Roach, as always. And he looks round completely amazed that they're always screaming at him, but I must admit I'm with him a certain amount. I don't often see him foul, not on television. He may do in the halls up and down the country occasionally, but seldom on television does he bring out a really bad foul. You see, he's trying to release now, but he can't get away with the referee standing by. I'm trying to get away when you told me to, rough, he said. I think he gets the blame, or thinks he gets the blame for everything because of his colossal height and weight. 10 seconds to go. That's one time he should have released. Yes, that's the one time that Roach should have released when the bell went. He heard it perfectly well, so he gets a public warning on that.
A public warning to Roach for not breaking at the bell.
Marino, as usual, pretty calm. Not worried by this, although who wouldn't be worrying about facing a guy of this height and strength against him? I think he's just relying on his tremendous expertise. Let's see if it comes off in the next 5 rounds.
Seconds away, second round.
Round 2, 5 to go. 2 falls to decide this. 2 falls, 2 submissions or a knockout, and no score so far, but one public warning against the big man on the right, Pat Roach of Birmingham, in the light trunks there. This colossal bearded giant. See, the crowd may not like that, but it's a perfectly legitimate forearm uppercut to Marino. Again, perfectly legal. Marino wisely staying out of the way of that one. Oh, yes. Nice height. Far back height. And the follow-up with a strangle. And feet through, Marino's feet through the ropes, so the break is being ordered. And Roach won't break when he's told to. That's the second time. Now Marino's got mad. It's a pity. They spoiled what could be a great bout here. Really going to be a terrific wrestling contest, this. Despite the difference in weights. No, Marino surely can't possibly stand that. It's a double interlock with Roach the advantage at the moment. Roach trying to get a leisurely pinfall on his way with this one, but no chance of that. Keeps the single finger interlock, though. Almost suplexed his arm, suplexed his man. There it is, that interlock. Roach trying to weaken that Marino left arm. Finding it not much use, so even allows him up there. Again, that suplex. Arm suplex to Roach. Again, tries to weaken the left shoulder. And with that 19 stone 12 on your left shoulder, I think it's liable to get weakened. Bear hug with the backhammer position. Doesn't want the bear hug, though. And that arm right in the backhand position as he landed in that corner post. 2 minutes to go, round 2. Now, will he break this time when told? Yes. He can't step back because his own left leg is caught. It's Marino holding it in a great way. The crowd blaming Roach again for that, but it's not his fault on this occasion. Now Marino's released him, he can step back. Trip as he sent his man over. And the double-handed wrist lever follows it up to Roach. Roach, the bearded man from Birmingham, in the lighter trunks. And a weight advantage of just 1 pound under 5 stone. And that's a heck of a lot for Marino with all his skill to deal with Nagasaki. No trip it is. Oh, yes. Then the call for break by the referee. Marino gets a little angry from that finger jab into the canvas, and you can't blame him. 30 seconds to go, round 2. 10 seconds. And he's got the double arm on Marino. Now, that could be tricky, but he's only got 3 seconds to operate it in. He won't have time. Again, Roach taking his time to break. There he is, Pat Roach. So incidentally, as you'll be able to see him in the cinema pretty soon, his Adventures of Barry Ryan, the Stanley Kubrick picture, and he plays the part of Tool. The star of the picture is Ryan O'Neill, so I'd be interested to see that, and I expect you will soon too.
Take it away, round 3.
Round 3, 4 to go. No score, but 1 public warning against Roach in the light trunks. It's him delivering that forearm. Marino falling into it. The 3rd time he couldn't quite make it. Marino's really got a job on here today. We're so used to Mike Marino giving away weight. And a 2nd public warning for continuing that forearm smash when his man in the corner after the call for a break.
A 2nd public warning to Roach for refusing to break.
So that's the 3rd time he's refused to break when told to, and the 2nd public warning for it. Still can't quite understand. He looks at the crowd who are screaming at him and booing, trying to persuade them he didn't do really anything drastically wrong. But obviously referee Lazenby is pretty hard on the break. But oh yes, a neat posting there by Marino. And that won't please Pat Roach one bit. Now, Marino, can he come in now and do some damage while he's got his man weakened? And Roach. So clear off. And as he comes tearing over the top rope into our table. But Roach is okay, even if we're not. And see if Marino can deliver another forearm uppercut that gets that far as that one did. Well, I've never moved out of the way so fast as I did then. I've had fellows come over on my table before, but never of nearly 20 stone. And that really is a pretty fearsome forearm smash that he's giving Marino now. In exchange for Mike's a while ago. But although 2 public warnings against Roach, still no score. Famous Marino grapevine. The near arm. They're trying to get underneath that near left arm of Roach's into a side head chancery. He's made it, but he can't throw his man from. Roach balancing well. And I don't think Mike Marino can get him over from there. He might off the ropes. The body check. Of course, Roach has got to win those. Marino will never come off best against this man. One minute to go, round 3. Still no sign of any pinfall score or submission. Reached for that side head chancery again, perfectly legally. And oh, that's a tough one when Roach lays it on. The figure 4 head scissors. Exactly the position of his calf around Mike Marino's throat. A lot depends on that. Half a minute. I think that Roach could get a sleeper out of this pretty easily. Marino's throat's clear. In fact, he might even try to get out of it. He's got 12 seconds. No, he can't quite get out of it, but at least he's avoided the throat trouble. At the end of round 3. Mike Marino's still lying there, being helped back by his second, but he doesn't want to know. In fact, he can't get him off the deck. I hope that doesn't mean it's the end of this. So it doesn't mean it's the end of this. He's just plain angry. He wants to continue in the interval. Roach sending him away, but Marino, for once, not wanting to go back to his corner, wants to continue the bout.
Round 4.
Round 4, 3 to go. Still no score in this 2-fall contest. 2 public warnings against Pat Roach. On the right there, the giant bearded wrestler from Birmingham in the white trunks. And can Marino, 5 stone lighter, come back in this bout? That's the sort of forearm uppercut he's got to walk into from this giant. It's no good writing to me saying it's unfair, but there are not many 19.5 stone fellows around. So he's got to fight heavyweight over 14-13. Anybody over 14-13 is automatically heavyweight, whether they're 37 stone or what. Marino's just like a baby. And they'll land him on the top rope. Well, that sort of action, he's able to get the 3rd public warning, which will send him back to the dressing room. Yes, Marino walks into that one. About chest high with his face there. And that's always got to happen. It's got to be a submission there. And perfectly legitimate submission in 1:38 seconds in the round 4 to Pat Roach.
In 1 minute and 38 seconds of the 4th round, Roach gains the first ball from a submission. The submission took a suspended neck stretch. The first ball to Pat Roach.
There's the Roach suspension. Stretch on the neck, and very often getting submission with it, even if somebody of his own weight. But of course, with somebody 5 stone lighter, Marino had hardly a chance when he got into that move, that position. So Roach now, there he is, leading by 1 submission to 0, though 2 public bodies against him, and any second we start with the 5th round. 2 rounds to go, and Roach trying to try and finish it off on the bell, in fact, before the bell almost. And I don't think Marino's got much answer to this at the moment, but a nice miss there. Sidestepped that nicely. He's coming mighty near on top of us. If he comes over on the top rope to me again, I'm going to say goodbye. There he is, reversed over knee hold. Mike Marino got a chance to equalize. There it is. Beautifully done, Mike. Still a bit groggy, but he's got it. And Roach complaining that was the distance the shoulder blades were to the canvas. Anyway, it's an equalizer to Mike Marino in the 5th round.
In 26 seconds of round 5, a height, a body press, and Marino gains a very welcome equalising throw.
There's Marino standing in the neutral corner. Hasn't even got back to his own corner yet. But he's made the equalizer with 1 round to go. Now it's anybody's guess who can bring this off. So the final round, 6, is called when Marino's still in the neutral corner, which is very unusual indeed. The referee didn't seem to force him back. Then Roach was complaining about it. So 1 fall each now. 1 submission to Roach, 1 equalizing fall to Marino, 2 public warnings against Roach on the left. And eventually we'll get underway this final round. Must be 25 seconds, 30 seconds gone already. They'll be near each other yet. Now again, Roach there's nothing stopping him getting away this time. Complaining to me now, Roach. You know what he thinks I can do. And Roach halfway up through the spectators and getting beaten over the head by a couple of ladies there with blonde hair. And his seconds very quickly around, but he's not back in time. He's not back in time. Still the fight goes on, but I think it's all over. Everybody looking for Arthur Green, the MC and promoter, to come in the ring and announce what's happening, because I don't think anybody knows. The crowd's going mad, everybody's going mad. Marino's going mad, wants to get at Roach. Roach still complaining down to me here at ringside. Arthur Green.
Failing to regain the ring, Marino is your winner.
So Marino's the winner on a disqualification or a timing. Which is it? Or the knockout? He failed to beat the count, getting back in the ring, Roach. Well, that's about it. As the crowd come round the ring, hardly wait to get to Roach. It's a win for Marino, you'll be glad to hear, in round 6. And with that, it's goodbye from all of us here at Sheffield. Have a good week. Till next week.
Bert Royal the heavy middleweight champion of Great Britain, comes from Bolton, and is opposed by Steve Taylor of Bradford.
Hello again, grappler fans. Good afternoon to you.
It's over 6 5-minute rounds with 1 fall only, 1 submission or KO to decide. Your referee, Mr. Ken Lazenby.
And so once again, good afternoon, without interrupting Arthur Green, our MC this time, who introduced, of course, the first preliminary contest in this afternoon's program, a 6 5-minute round contest of 1 fall between Bert Royal and Steve Taylor.
Next away, round 1.
Now then, for those who don't remember Bert Royal, but I'm sure there are a few grappling fans that don't, the slightly darker trunks with a stripe down the left-hand side up front may help. Steve Taylor, probably the taller of the two, this young Bradford boy, and very much heavier. Catchweight contest of 6 rounds, and the first fall to decide it. Once again, we get a bout of experience versus agility, and maybe a few years younger too, of course, Steve Taylor, but that experienced Royal shouldn't be worried about him. Ken Lazenby, the referee. Good crowd here at the City Hall, Sheffield. A little quiet at the moment, but of course, first bout of a preliminary contest, first round of a preliminary bout is naturally a little slow starter. As they set their sights. Taylor nicely there into a backhammer. Look how Royal gets out of it. It looks so easy, doesn't it? So applause from the crowd. They appreciate the good counters, even if they're not making too much noise here. But I bet they warm up later on in this bout. Couple of minutes left in this first round of 6, and already both men showing signs of to be as quite an entertaining contest. Arm lock now to Steve Taylor. And Bert Royal not able to get out of that arm lock that quick. See if Royal goes over the top here or uses the ropes or the referee's shoulder to do a back somersault. No, comes on the inside nicely. A double wrist lock, but it still didn't work for long. Now it has. Royal has turned the tables completely with that temporary backhammer. And Steve Taylor not falling for that one. Just 1 minute left in this first round.
Toe and ankle Royal. Royal with the leg through, the bar through, that figure four leg lock. So he can stay there for as long as he likes, really, if he decides to try and get a weakener from it. 15 seconds to go. Backhammer to Taylor, but only a few seconds now as he goes for the near arm lever to the end of round one. So young Steve Taylor of Bradford, what a great wrestling family this fella comes from. Eric Taylor, of course, the heavy middleweight champion of Great Britain, trained and really started him off in his what's going to be quite a career, I think. 14 stone, Steve. And he also has a brother in the game, Dave, and we'll see more of him, I think, a little later on, too. Steve Taylor just returned from a few weeks in Germany.
Second away, second round.
Round two, and here at the City Hall, Sheffield, a catchweight bout as preliminary contest this afternoon's program between the British heavy middleweight title holder, Bert Royal, back to canvas at the moment, in the slightly darker trunks, versus Steve Taylor of Bradford. Catchweight because Bert Royal at 12 stone 10, Taylor at 14 stone. Referee Ken Lazenby. And there's typical Royal get out. Going for the full Nelson to the quick head mare. And the neck twist to finish. Those Royal feet really can move very quickly indeed and do quite a bit of weakening damage. That's not allowed in this hall or anywhere in Sheffield. Any form of back elbow or arm lever over the shoulder like that against the joint, illegal. The Sheffield Watch Committee will not have it. Weight on the Taylor feet to get out of this and bend the knees or open the knees if he can. Yes, and over the top into the full Boston. The typical Royal get out again. And he could have the submission that he needs for the bout, because it's a 1-4 contest. Double leg Nelson follow-up. Holding press follow-up to Steve Taylor. Again, the double leg Nelson Taylor. Holding press Royal. Spun out by Taylor. Nice. Royal thinking of the full Boston crab then, but decides to go for the back breaker instead, using the knees underneath the small of the back there. Double knee hold. Taylor as a counter gets a 2. 2 count from the pinfall twice. Semi-jump stranglehold now, Royal holding it. Oh yes, nicely held back. He was clear at the top there, Royal, trying a shoulder press from the top, but changed his mind at the last second. Just under a minute now left in round 2. No score, of course, because this is a 1-4 bout. The first 4 finishes it. Oh, that's a Royal specialty, the back of time for the ropes there. We've worked back on him here. Half a minute to go. Attempting the backbreaker again over the knees, but not this time. Still a shoulder press possibility. Just 5 seconds to go.
3, 4, 5.
So many people's favorites, grappling fans from all over the country still think that this guy is one of the greatest, and I'm right along with him, I must say. Bert Royal, out Bolton, another great wrestling family, just like his opponent here this afternoon, Taylor. Bert Royal's father, Vic Hessel, brother, of course, Vic Faulkner, and quite a wrestling family there. 2 of them in the ring at the same time.
Take it away. Round 3.
So round 3, 1-4 decides this bout. At catchweight, Bert Royal versus Steve Taylor. And that's Taylor behind Royal there with the stranglehold, but not a very tight one at the moment. And still, in the start of this 3rd round, the crowd here at City Hall, Sheffield, quiet, but they applaud on good moves and good escapes, which shows that they are probably mostly purist, rather than wanting all the fast action stuff with no good wrestling. Well, they're getting the purist stuff here from these 2. Royal's real speciality, apart from the monkey climb, of course, is the flying head scissors, but he's pretty handy with a drop kick there as well, as you saw. Oh, yes. And if anybody starts the forearm smashing on him, he'll give a couple back. Again, the folding press attempt, but again, too far over. Single finger interlock, and of course Taylor again gets the advantage from that by going for the head rather than staying with the finger lock. No. Don't trouble Royal with that. Again, Royal going for the Boston, the 3rd time, and the 4th time he's gone for it. And Taylor underneath now, Royal in trouble here.
1, 2, 3.
Typical Royal move, the near arm lever, the grapevine on the opposite leg. Now, this could possibly develop into a submission hold, but I don't think so with Taylor. I think he'll just hold out. If it's a two-fall bout, maybe a chance, but in fact, he's... Well, the bar still through. Taylor's bar through the figure four leg lock. Just a couple of minutes left in this third. He's got rid of the figure four anyway. Royal, when in drawn position, so often attacks with his feet on the arm levers and backhands. There's another example of it. One minute.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The leg spread to Taylor. Royal, having got the advantage, immediately saying, well, pick that ball up, because you can do it back to me. Oh, that knee came up, did right. Taylor hardly have time to do much else in this round. Right, well, let's have another close-up look at Steve Taylor from Bradford. There he is, Steve, who was saying earlier had 1 year amateur experience at the Hilltop Amateur Wrestling Club in Bradford, one of the, perhaps the most famous in the country, one of the most top three anyway, I should think. Turned pro in 1972 full-time. His speciality, of course, learning to master all the holds, but drop kicks may be amongst them. His hobby is breeding horses. He just returned from Germany, had a 6-week tour out there. Very successful, apparently.
Takes away, round 4.
The start of round 4. Right from the bell, Royal comes out for that drop kick. 3 rounds to go, and 1 fall to decide it. And there's the second. Steve Taylor on the canvas there in the lighter trunks, who leaves for Mexico next Tuesday, so we won't be seeing anything of him for a few months.
3, 4. 2.
Royal not going to fall for that, and he does fall for that, though. That was nicely timed by Taylor. Seldom you see Royal walk into a drop kick. He delivers them, but very seldom walks into them. And Taylor got him now to slam from that crotch hold, but the leg chop just gets Royal out of trouble. The nearest thing for Royal. That's a Royal speciality being worked on him again. Taylor operating that well, that flying head scissors, twice. Bert Royal won't like that. And he's walked into the third, a cross press from Taylor, and again Royal in trouble. Third time he's been in trouble in this bout. Very near to a pinfall against him. Only one necessary. He held that well. Cross buttock, low cross buttock. Followed up too late, but Royal waiting for him. He's over the top, reporting price. He leads base with those arms with his feet, and he'll never move from there. Beautifully done. Typical Bert Royal specialty there on a pinfall in round 4. Just 1 minute 45 seconds into round 4.
Royal the winner by the 1-4 required. And Arthur Green, our MC, to announce.
1 minute and 45 seconds of round 4 with a reverse waist hold after some really scintillating top-class wrestling. Bert Royal gains the first and the winning 4. Ladies and gentlemen, young Steve Taylor has just made this remark. No queries, no qualms, but he only wished it had been an 8-round contest with 2 falls to give him a chance. Ladies and gentlemen, the words of a champion, Bert Royal says, there's always got to be somebody coming up to try for our titles, our places. I don't refuse anybody. Anytime Steve wants, he can have a rematch. The Faulkner, ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen, the second event of the evening is bringing over 8 5-minute rounds with 2 falls to decide. A newcomer to our rings, a good-looking, a likely prospect in Bill Turner of Musselburgh of Edinburgh. His opponent for the night is the mystery man, Nagasaki. 8 5-minute rounds, 2 balls, 2 submissions, or 1 KO to decide.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening.
the start of a Kendo Nagasaki bout, the main bout in this afternoon's program, against poor Bill Turner from Musselburgh, Scotland, waiting patiently in the opposite corner. Of course, a lot goes on with Gorgeous George, his manager. Never had a word he said yet through that microphone. And all the ritual that goes on at the start of a Nagasaki bout. And nearly over now, we hope. And it's an 8 5-minute round contest. 2 falls to decide when we eventually get going. Part of the ritual has been omitted here, the salt throwing into all the corners there, especially the neutral ones. Let's see if he doesn't all of them this afternoon. Part of the sumo Japanese style wrestling ritual. And here we go, the round 1 of an 8 5-minute round contest. 2 falls, 2 submissions or a knockout to decide this winner. Kendo Nagasaki, 16 stone 7. Versus Bill Turner, the Scots boy from Musselburgh near Edinburgh, at also 16 stone 7. So identical weights. Ken Lazenby, the referee. Not too much problem with identification here. Nagasaki, of course, the one with his famous mask. The striped mask. Nagasaki forced to go with it. A pretty quick counter. A follow-up too late, surely. Yes, Lazenby in there very quick. Certain amount of power about Nagasaki too, isn't there? Catch Nagasaki's eyes there. I wonder if we can get a close-up of those eyes. There's something very unusual about those. I wonder what's... That's all we can see of his face, his eyes, and it looked rather curious to me there. I don't know if you caught it at home. Maybe we'll have another chance for a look a little later. Using his body to try and prevent Bill Turner from breathing properly there. And the first public warning against Nagasaki for that follow-up.
A public warning to Nagasaki.
Ken Lazenby, a fairly tough referee anyway, but of course in Sheffield more tough than anywhere else. The ropes illegally. Bill Turner landed fairly well, I think. Not too much trouble from it. Now, where are those Nagasaki thumbs? No, they were at the side. And the straight finger jab. Far too early. Far too early. Up with 2 perfect warnings in 1 round. It was not good. The gentleman at ringside not too happy about it either. Thumbs are the side of the neck. In case you think they're on the windpipe, they're not. There's another straight finger at the side of the hand there. 1 minute to go in round one. Headlock and strangle, Nagasaki. But nicely out by Turner. Trying to make this into a backhammer counter. And a post egg. Yes, nice one. He landed badly from it. Looking at another. Oh, that foot came up. No, it wasn't too low, according to the referee anyway. 25 seconds to go now in this first round. Double out from the top, a suplex all over the top by Nagasaki, one of his special moves. And a second public warning at the end of the round. 2 in 1 round to Nagasaki on the bell.
A second public warning to Nagasaki.
Let's have a look at there. Let's see the Nagasaki eyes now. The second would just move over a little. There's something very unusual about those eyes. I've never seen them look like that before. Only you turn this way. And the way there he is. The kamikaze crash, his own special move. The atomic headshot. All won't be allowed here at Sheffield. Unfortunately, he wouldn't turn towards the camera there. Maybe a chance later.
Second round.
So round 2, right just at the end of the interval. You must have caught that extraordinary difference in Nagasaki's eyes. I wonder what the matter is there. Anyway, he didn't seem to be bothering him much. Round 2, 7 rounds to go. 2 falls to decide this bout. Bill Turner, the unfortunate Scot, on his back there, getting up against tough opposition in both his television appearances. Doing well here with that toe and ankle. The first time we saw Bill Turner on television was against Shirley Crabtree. Didn't last very long because of Crabtree's loss of weight. Let's hope he can do a little better against Nagasaki. I mean, Nagasaki is at least his own weight. Crabtree at 25 stone. It's practically impossible to tackle. Nicely through. Turner has twice shown us he's got good potential. If only they'd promoters would give him a chance against somebody not quite so experienced. It's only been there, the eyes again, the Nagasaki eyes again. Quite extraordinary. Everybody has tried to get this Nagasaki mask off. They've never succeeded yet. Never succeeded yet. They never get past the nose. Everybody hoping that the mask will come off, but I'll bet anything you won't. Nobody's been able to pull it past the nose yet. Everybody always hoping that that Nagasaki mask will come off. If it ever did come off, he'd be out of the ring so fast you wouldn't see him anyway.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Good. Oh, a lovely throw from that. Didn't even bother to slam him, just threw him. 16.5 stone of Turner. Nagasaki's starting to take over a little bit now. Turner doing so well at the start. A couple of minutes left, round 2.
And a spin and a poster over the toe. Very neat. Typical Nagasaki move, and Bill Turner, I'm afraid, might not move up from that one. 9. And he won't. That's it. So it's a knockout in round 2. Once again, the unfortunate Bill Turner unable to show us his full potential in just 1.5 rounds. Arthur Green, RMC, to announce it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the kamikaze crash in 3 minutes and 20 seconds of the second round. The winner, Nagasaki, and still undefeated.
Ladies and gentlemen, once more, the kamikaze crash named another victim to give Nagasaki.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Turner. I sincerely hope that in spite of this defeat, we've brought to you a new favourite in Bill Turner of Edinburgh. Ladies and gentlemen, is our third bout over 6 rounds, 2 falls, 2 submissions, or 1 KO. I give you on my right, in the blue corner, the gentleman of the ring, Johnny Slade. And on my left, another wrestler, whom it is my pleasure to introduce once more to you, Keith Martinelli of Warrington.
Ken Lazenby with his quick pep talk, and this should be a humdinger, this lightweight contest, or a catchweight actually, but in the lighter class.
Take away, round 1.
Johnny Saint of Bagley, South Manchester. At 11 stone 2, the ex-lightweight champion of Great Britain, the tall boy in the light trunks. And he's taking on Keith Martinelli of Bolton at 12 stone 8 in the middleweight class. In the black trunks there. Back to us. We haven't seen him for quite a time now, Martinelli, but it should develop into quite a bout, this one. 6 5-minute rounds.
2 falls, 2 submissions, or a knockout to decide the winner.
You're on, Tate. Keep it on, Martinelli.
I'm not still there, whatever Saint does at the moment. And it's still. But Saint in the light trunks. All over the top. That brings him out of the trouble.
Martinelli. Yeah. Keep it on, Tate. Come on now. Come on. Still got it on. Martinelli. Keep it on.
Nicely out, Martinelli. Backhammer suddenly disappeared there. Ken Lazenby, of course, the referee in this final contest. Chance at it, but it didn't last long now. It's only Saint, one of the fastest spins out in the business. He produces some really fast spins out. If you ever can't see the trunks, of course, the tattoo marks on shoulder or upper arm and forearm of Johnny Saint will help identify. He's taller, but he's giving away a stone and 6 pounds, almost a stone and a half here to Keith Martinelli, and of course a lot of experience with it, although Saint is experienced, Keith Martinelli is more so. The speed of his counters and his escapes are really good. Especially his Irish whips.
No. 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 No.
Less than a minute now in this first round of 6. The best of 3 falls. So the first 2 falls scored by one man. It's the end of the bout. That goes for submissions as well. Half a minute to go, and ringside here we're all hoping that there's not too much ground wrestling, because we expect a lot of the fast action rope-to-rope stuff from these two. Martinelli not bad at spinning out either. And hardly worth starting much of a new move here. Right on the bell. Keith Martinelli of Bolton at 12 stone 8. He had quite an amateur experience before turning pro, and he's had a few years at that too. He's been away from the television screen for quite a time, but I'm sure grapple fans from a few years ago will remember him on many occasions. Always fast, slick wrestler, and it's great to see him back. I hope we see more of him. And this fight with Johnny Saint should bring quite a lulu of a contest with any luck.
Take it away. Second round.
Round 2, no score. Saint versus Martinelli. And that's what happened when you try and throw Saint. Lands back on his feet. Must be infuriating for any opponent. Side head transfer, Martinelli. Nicely, and he could hold him there. No, couldn't get out of the chancery. Still in it. Turn to a reverse side headlock now, but finally out of it. He whips Martinelli then, and Martinelli didn't go with it. And that really hurt his shoulder a bit. He went with it that time.
1, 2, 3.
I felt that all right. Martinelli decides a little bit of a breather, so he gets his man in a figure 4 head scissors. Not closed yet, clenched at the feet, should be. And if he can hold it there for a few seconds, he gets an extra breather.
That's law, I should know.
Finally turned into it. Now he's got a chance. Yes, and a possible full Boston crab too, but through the rope, so he let go immediately. The break was called. Typical Johnny Saint there.
2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh yes, didn't happen. It's a double leg Nelson chance, but he didn't quite latch on there, Martinelli. But he's mad with himself now, not taking that opportunity. Anyway, the crowd liked the move. Side headlock now to Saint. Couple minutes to go in this second round. Backhammer Martinelli. Undresses it with his foot. Another move of Saint's. Great get out move. Had to go eventually.
2, 3, 4.
Flying bloody scissors to Martinelli. Saint can wind up with a Boston out of this.
No.
Even Saint forced to give up against that power. So maybe I'll have a try at a single, but he doesn't get the single busted on either. Half a minute left now.
Come on.
Martinelli's only got to hold out for about 4 seconds. Well, all the wrestlers, of course, have some ambition in the wrestling game, but Johnny Saints, the former lightweight champion of Great Britain, has 3. 1 in this order, too. The European lightweight title, now held by Bobby Ryan, who surprisingly on television recently got it off Jimmy Breaks. The British title, held still by Jimmy Breaks, and then, of course, the world title by Scotland's George Kidd of Dundee. That's what he wants to do in that order.
Take away, round 3.
Round 3, 4 rounds to go, and no score. 2 falls to the side. Again on his feet. There's the agility of Saints. Third, no, he couldn't land on his feet that time, but he was really ready in case Martinelli had followed up. Martinelli having the nerve to try a Boston Crab. I wonder if he'll get away with it. He's got it almost there. But no. He's got to go further on. He's got to go further on. He's lost the chance. See if he can get that left leg in. There it is. But now Saints caught him at exactly the right moment. The counter gives up. And the applause from the crowd here at the City Hall, Sheffield, for Saints' ability to prevent that Boston Crab from actually landing on. Bull Nelson now, Saint. Oh, yes, Johnny. But not for too long. Over the top with Martinelli on a double leg Nelson. A folding press now to Martinelli. Double leg Nelson to Martinelli, but Roach. Double wrist lock back to our position to Martinelli. Doesn't want it. Changed his mind. Nicely through, gets the double leg too, but not quite as far as he wanted to. Enough to get the toe and ankle. And go to the far end. Face bar. Still got that folded leg over his body. Corner Nelson then saying, but he couldn't get in on tough enough and allowed Martinelli to get out. Nice move by both men now. And a double figure in the lock. No orthodox freestyle hold here, just a week.
Come on now. No, Martinelli.
He's got just over 25 seconds to stand this now. He doesn't. Johnny Saints realizes he's not going to get a submission from it, so releases.
Come on.
5 seconds. Keith Martinelli. Well, already we've seen, although he's got a weight advantage in this bout of 1 stone, 6 pounds over Johnny Saint, the former lightweight champion, he's still pretty agile, isn't he, Martinelli? He really is showing that he can keep up with the pace, although his counters and escape moves are not so quick as Johnny Saint's naturally. Very few people's are. But doing pretty well, and I don't see why we shouldn't see a great deal more of him again on the box like we used to.
Next away, round 4.
Round 4, 3 to go. Still no score. 2 falls to the side. Johnny Saint versus Keith Martinelli. Martinelli trying the double knee hold now. The double arm stretch now. Martinelli at the back with the black trunks.
No.
Very unusual to get Saint taking a bad landing. Let's see how bad it is. Might slow it down longer. Oh, that's not going to help either.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Really slowed Saint up for the moment. Full Boston crab kept running. Couldn't hold it. Can he the second time? No, he still can't. Great play. Opposite arm lever not there, but the left knee over the back of the neck there. Reminiscent of Zoltan Bostic, who does the 3-in-1 speciality submission move, and this could be it too from Saint. In fact, I'm quite sure Johnny Saint learnt it off Zoltan Bostic. I don't think I've ever seen any other lightweight do this except Bostic. Hungarian. But it didn't work this time. Cross press, no, too loose. Not enough weight, I should think. Well, we've seen Martinelli with the head scissors on several occasions. Let's see how he gets out of it. He separates the knees with his own knees. Well, that's the attempt. No, the feet, working on the feet too. Both work anyway. But Saint doesn't really want him to leave just yet. We'll have to let him, I think. Reverse side headlock, Martinelli. Spread. Crutch hold. Can he get the slam? No, he couldn't, because that headlock was still there. Trying it again, saying again the slam didn't arrive because of the headlock. Still Martinelli persisting with that headlock enough to prevent the slam.
Sure, I know. Keep it on, Martinelli.
No.
Sure, that's safe. Keep it on.
Can listen to the referee right there in case Saint wants to submit from that. He could afford to, of course, being a 2-4 contest. Oh, what a whip. Beautiful whip out. But it worried Saint. Now that's worried Martinelli's left shoulder again. But really held Saint well. 1 minute left. Round 4. It's a little near the ropes anyway. Far too loose. 30 seconds. Now Martinelli's turn to release when he sees he's getting nowhere with a hold. Of course, that's the only way. No point in hanging about trying the same thing. It's not working. Cross to Saint, but thrown off so easily. And I don't think they'll get together again too much in this round. Just 5 seconds. Let's take another close-up look at Johnny Saint there over in the far corner. There he is, Johnny Saint. Well, I think the greatest thing we can probably say about Johnny Saint is that every other lightweight, and a really experienced lightweight from the 60s, have always believed that this boy was one of the greatest lightweights this country has ever known. Now, this is why possibly he has the ambition and really believes he can go far as the titles are concerned. I think he can. I'm not sure about George Kidd, the world, but the other two, he's got a good chance.
Take it away, round 5.
So 2 rounds to go. As we start round 5, 2 falls to decide the bout. No score. Johnny Saint versus Keith Martinelli of Bolton, and that's Saint in the lighter trunks. Back to canvas now.
4, 5, 6.
Martinelli trying everything he knows to weaken Saint's back and try and get him in that Boston crab. He's attempted on 3 or 4 occasions so far. Martinelli has nearly a 1.5 weight advantage over this man. Tried to go over the top using Martinelli's laser step ladder. To no effect. A double-handed wrist lever, Martinelli, and he got it that time. The follow-up check came well, body check came well. Can he do it again? Flying tackle Saint, but is he heavy enough? And over the top for the slam, and it's Martinelli down with a reverse double knee, and this could be it. It is. So, nearly a minute and a half into round 5. The first one to Martinelli.
In 1 minute and 20 seconds of round 5, the first ball with a body slam to Keith Martinelli.
Martinelli sporting to go over and see whether Johnny Saint's okay. Of course, that back after that slam and the previous weakness hasn't helped him at all. But he's got a few seconds only to go into the round 6, the final round.
Take away 6, the last round.
So Martinelli in the black trunks coming in, leading by 1-0 over Saint. Now can Saint come back quickly? A chance there and a Saint special. Yes, he's got it. Well, that didn't take him too long to get the equalizer. It took Martinelli completely by surprise at the start of the final round. And so a draw in the first few seconds of round 6.
In the 6th round, wrestlers bridge, the shoulder press, same game, a very, very startling and quick equaliser. Ladies and gentlemen, the result is a draw. And it could not, I think, be a more fitting one than for this contest.
Well, thank you, Arthur Green. Yes, a great contest, a 1-4 each draw, going to the full distance. And was it worth it? I hope you think at home that it was, like we do at ringside. But that's goodbye from all of us at Sheffield. Have a good week. Till next week.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was a super heavyweight tag team contest of 20 minutes duration. There will be no rounds. There will be a 45-second interval after each fall, and the time will be called every 5 minutes, with 2 falls, 2 submissions, or a knockout to decide the winners. Between on my right and in the red corner, ladies and gentlemen, Big Daddy! Followed, of course, ladies and gentlemen, by the amazing giant Haystacks. Their opponent on my left and in the blue corner, the 5 times winner of the Albert Hall Tournament Trophy, the Hungarian Tibor. And ladies and gentlemen, crawling down
Well, the big men obviously not too happy. Oh, a little rehearsing here on the body checks. That's what they hope to deliver on their opponents sometime during this bout, and I bet they'll try it pretty earlier on, too. So it's the big boys, Shirley Crabtree of Halifax at 24.5 stone, Giant Haystacks of Salford, Lancashire at 31 stone. And the opponents, there they are, the comparatively small 15 stoners, Steve Viedor and Tibor Szakacs. Tibor in the dark trunks. So 20 minutes tag team time, grapple fans. 2 falls, 2 submissions or a knockout to decide this one. And the bout hasn't even started yet. Crowd, the slow hand clap. So finally the bell goes to start this 20 minutes, and Max Ward, the referee, is going to have a job on his hands here today as Tibor Szakacs takes on Big Daddy Crabtree. Quite illegal. And Steve Viedor already getting in the ring to complain about that. That's 25 stone nearly. And Szakacs mouth and neck. Will Szakacs and Viedor be allowed to wrestle at all here? That's the question. And Szakacs goes out, and not too well as he gets his knee on the chair at the side there. helped back by his partner, Steve Viedor. As far as I know, this is the first time that Steve Viedor and Tibor Szakacs have been partners in a tag team. I may be wrong there. Certainly on television it's the first time. And finally, Tibor, a little unhappy about things at the moment, tags Viedor, and Viedor comes in against this big man. The fly out? No, but the head flying butt doesn't do any harm to Big Daddy, but quite a lot of harm to Viedor's head. Again, the foot when his man is down, not part of the same move, and getting definitely reprimanded. And it's Haystacks coming in on Viedor behind him there. This could be out of hand in very early stages, this one. That's held deep. And nicely, caught him off balance that time. And Big Daddy not happy at all. Nice drop kick, but his man was down. The referee allows it. And it's Viedor now returning the compliment. And a lovely drop kick there by Viedor on Haystacks, who'd come in. In comes Szakacs, but not before Big Daddy has landed a couple of fists on Viedor. Well, that's right in front of the referee, so that might have looked like a clenched fist to you home. It certainly did to me here on the monitor. But actually it couldn't have been. In comes Haystack for the first time, officially anyway. Next Ward in trouble as Haystacks goes for Szakacs. This is really developing into a fight already. Hardly any wrestling except for a couple of beautiful drop kicks by Viedor. But Big Daddy back against Szakacs. Just using his weight all the time here. The crutch hold to Big Daddy. The first bit of wrestling that he's needed to try. The slam and a full body down on top of it. And gets an easy cross press with that weight. Why shouldn't he?
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4.5 minutes, the first ball to Big Daddy and Giant to Haystacks.
So it looks as though anything's going to happen, and probably will in this bout, but the crowd a little bit angry about it. Naturally, their favorites are Viedor and Szakacs, being the lighter men. Can they do anything against these two giants? They're down 4.5 minutes. They're down 1-4.
Second clear. Time.
But there's 15 minutes to go yet, approximately, and Szakacs and Big Daddy have to continue, of course. Everybody here in this packed Fairfield Hall at Croydon can't wait for Szakacs and Viedor to be allowed to use a little of their wrestling skill, of which they have plenty. Viedor in, and Haystacks coming outside the ropes, leaving his tag rope. Oh, yes. The Szakacs special, the backhanded shot to the throat. And not happy about that. Uppercut following, another one. And Viedor goes in now to see if he can continue the good work. The posting, oh, the ring moves right across the floor there. The control of the crowd thinks that Haystacks comes in illegally, and Viedor sees him. Gets a forearm smash to the throat for his pains. But Big Daddy now up and using his weight again. Timing those charges. But no. Well, Haystacks has been tagged, so Big Daddy must get out. What an enormous guy this is. 31 stone, 6'11". Just exactly a foot taller than I am. I was trying to talk to him in the dressing room. Nicely held there by Haystacks, though. Can he slam him? He can. Oh, yes. Nicely sidestepped. But still the big man leading Viedor and Szakacs by 1-0. This could be the equalizer if we hold him. He's held him. So 7.5 minutes. And the equalizer to Viedor and Szakacs. Mike Judd to try and announce it.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 minutes, an equalising foul to Tibor Szakacs and Viedor.
Well, there's the popularity of that equalizer. Normally, when you talk about Viedor and Szakacs, of course, you talk about the big men. But in this case, of course, they look like midgets by comparison.
Second final session.
So the final session with approximately 12 minutes or a little less to go in this tag contest. 1 fall each now. And Haystacks not wanting to come forward at all against Viedor. And Haystacks trying to persuade Big Daddy to go in, who is persuaded. He's getting counted, though. And Haystacks back. Luke McMasters, his real name, Giant Haystacks, known in the wrestling business. Look at Viedor there, big man, great physique, 15 stone 1 of him. Doesn't he look small by comparison to this giant? He just daren't go in too close. He's trying to see if he can keep to the distant holds. Or distant moves, rather, like the drop kick, nicely avoided. He gets it back. And another from outside the ring. Szakacs playing their game, and you can hardly blame him. The referee warns them. Big Daddy told to get out. Haystacks doing all right at the moment anyway. Double body check by both men. Viedor a sandwich there. And he's in trouble from that. I doubt if he'll get up for the time, but the referee talking in the other corner hasn't even spotted it. So Haystacks goes down with a cross press, and Viedor's got no chance. So it's the win for the big man. Just 10 6 to go. No score. 2 falls to decide this bout at catchweight. Dave Finlay in the tights with his usual shamrock knees versus Vic Faulkner of Bolton.
Vic going a little bad here. Oh, oops. Oh, the referee won't like that. Oh, a little bit. He's ticking off Faulkner for the hair pull and the punch. But when Finlay throws him out of the way, you'll remember that too. Oh, nicely missed. Walked past that one nicely. Oh, straight down on the knees. Straight down over the knees. Faulkner timed that perfectly. Keep reminding both men about hair pulling. He mistimed that. Went back over the ropes, mistimed it completely. Princess Paul around there quickly to see what's happened. Help him back in the ring. Get back in there, she says. Meantime, Vic Faulkner, a slight grin on his face there as he sees he had nothing to do with that at all. Beautiful backflip right out of the ring then, Finlay. Half a minute to go, round 3. Oh yes, caught him nicely.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let him up, let him up.
Full Boston is on here for Finlay, but he's only got 7 seconds. If he can get it. He hasn't got it yet. 3 seconds. Too late. Finlay doesn't want to let go. And the bout is continuing in the interval. Vic Faulkner's getting a little tired of Paula's mouth.
Round 4.
Well, see Vic Faulkner getting quite so mad with Paula then. I don't have seen it before. But he's really lost his cool. He did for a second there, I think. He's had enough of her mouth, he says. So 5 rounds to go. Still no score. 2 falls to the side.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, yes. Caught him on the way. Oh, missed it that time. Beautifully on the knee. Oh, the knee caught him. And Faulkner in trouble from that one. Or is he? Yes. Finlay goes down with a slam. A cross press and should have it quite easily this time. Yes, the first fall to Finlay in round 4. Just under a minute of round 4. Halfway through the bout. 1 fall up. Finlay.
And round 4, the first ball of the contest, the world champion, Finlay.
So, Finlay takes quite a time, considering his weight advantage, to go 1 fall ahead. But he's 1 fall ahead now and still getting advice from his manager, Princess Paul. 4 to go. Oh! And Faulkner came right over to drop kick Finlay. Finlay ducked, saw him coming, and he landed on Paula. Oh, should we have something to say about that? And Faulkner's got to return. Double leg Nelson return. Finlay was still arguing. And Faulkner comes back in to 1-fall each. Makes it a 1-fall each. Beautiful equalizer. And Paul is so mad about that drop kick she took right in the chest. The right-hand side of her body there. And her husband doesn't like it. He was arguing about it when Faulkner got the equalizer so quickly. They're both mad. He's quite happy. He's quite happy. 1-fall each now. 3 to go.
Second away, round 6.
And Finlay checking, make sure that his wife is all right. Faulkner still with a grin on his face. He didn't mean to drop kick the girl. He just going for Finlay, and he had to duck. And she happened to be standing on the other side of him. But now Finlay's getting his revenge a little. For which he gets a public warning.
Public warning to Finlay. First public warning to Finlay.
And now it's Finlay sending the ref out of the way again. Oh, yes. Nice. Oh, yes, it's a Faulkner special. The old Royal Brothers trick. The flying. Oh, yes, a folding press. Oh, yay. Nearly a win for Faulkner there. 1-fall each to score with a couple of minutes to go in round 6. And anything can happen still here. 1 public warning against Finlay. That tremendous flying monkey climb there by Faulkner. Reminiscent of the Royal Brothers at their best there. Oh, yes. Finlay's not a happy man at this time at all. He's getting less happy by the second. Uh-oh. Clutch hold and a slam, but the fist went in. The referee saw it and won't allow the move. Less than a minute to go. Dave Reese, the referee. Dave Reese from Shrewsbury insists that they break, and finally gets the break. Not tall enough, Faulkner, for that. Oh, yes. The score still 1-fall each, and 1 public warning against Finlay. Just 7 seconds to go. That was a good thing that Finlay didn't land that one. He would have got a second public warning, but Faulkner might have been flat in his face. Just the bell saved it. Still a lecture from Paula on what he should do with his opponent here in these last 2 rounds. Faulkner, not too unhappy. Still the grin on his face. Round 7, 2 to go, 1-fall each, and Finlay and the tights on the right there with 1 public warning against him. And incidentally, Marty Jones fans will be delighted to know that he's got a bout against Finlay on Saturday, December the 1st. That's on television from the Orchard, Dartford. That is, of course, for the world mid-heavyweight title that Finlay is now the reigning champion, and Marty Jones has been waiting for months to get a chance at that title, but he lost to this man, Finlay. Well, he's got that chance. It's going to be on television. The promoters always said it would be, and they've kept their word. December the 1st, from Dartford at the Orchard. That's, of course, if Finlay still retains the title, the world title, up till that date. Meantime, Vic Faulkner doing his... Not a very good landing. Yes, all right. So resilient, this ball. Oh, Finlay going over the top, trying for the flying tackle. Comes out all the way. Faulkner so cunning. Most of the Finlay... Oh! And that's not good. Let's see what sort of a landing that is. Yes, he's all right. He's back. He gets back every time, regardless. And it's a backbreaker over the shoulder, and a nice submission there. And Finlay gets Faulkner in a winning submission in round 7 in just 1 minute, 43 seconds of round 7. The winner, Finlay, 2-1.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is the third quarter-final for the Grand Prix Championship. The winner to be presented with this magnificent belt. To be wrestled over 6 3-minute rounds. 2 falls, 2 submissions, or a knockout will decide the winner. On my left, in the red corner, the indestructible Carl Murphy. The human powerhouse from Scunthorpe, Ray Robinson.
And so to our last bout here this afternoon's program. It is for the Grand Prix belt, and it's quarterfinal number 3 in this series. Remember, quarterfinal number 1, Al Kilby of Sheffield beat John Elijah. Johnny Wilson in quarterfinal number 2 beat Barry Douglas of Leeds. Who is the third man, which of these two, to go into the semifinals for this Grand Prix belt? 6 3-minute rounds, 2 falls to decide it. And the winner of this one will be the third semifinalist for the Grand Prix belt. It's Carl Murphy, Plymouth, there he is. The shaven head, 16 stone 3. His opponent, Ray Robinson of Scunthorpe. Strong man, but he's going to have a lot of trouble with this Murphy fella. I'm sure he knows it. Referee Gordon Pryor, Chesterfield. Everybody here at the Civic Hall, Wolverhampton, all for Ray Robinson. Grapevine to Murphy as he gets the side headlock. There it is. Side headlock not complete, so placed by instead. Enabling Ray Robinson with his double-handed wrist lever to get the advantage in that move. Toe and ankle, Murphy. Just a minute left. Remember, these are only 3-minute rounds. All these quarterfinals are 6 3-minute rounds. The semi-finals, of course, will be longer. And the final longer still, all of which we shall see on television for this Grand Prix belt. Despite Murphy's finger-wagging warning, he still decides to do it again. Just a few seconds to the bell in round 1. And Murphy, when he's got the advantage, he doesn't care how many bells have gone. He's going to continue. Hold his advantage. In the meantime, of course, there's only about 10 seconds left of the interval here. Murphy doesn't mind. There's only 1 round gone. Quite cool yet, but he'll be sweating in a minute. Yes, well, Robinson walked straight into that back elbow. You should have seen that coming. Side headlock now, Murphy. There's the sweat starting to appear now on Murphy's face and head. Okay, forearm. But he hasn't let his man up. Oh, nicely. He's got a backdrop and a good cross press to Ray Robinson. He's holding the leg. He might have an advantage. He's got it. In just 1 minute, 10 seconds of round 2, Robinson gets the first fall. Well, that really is something.
1 minute, 10 seconds at round 2. The first fall, Ray Robinson.
Great to Ray Robinson. Wonderful. He must be feeling much better now. He grabbed that leg to stop Murphy get out of that folder, and he held him there beautifully with a count of 3. So Murphy in trouble after only 1 minute, 10 seconds of round 2.
Round 3.
Here we go for round 3. 4 to go. And Robinson taking over with drop kicks and postings here. I've never seen this Ray Robinson. He's showing up well today. Murphy's going to have something to say about it in a minute, though.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, punch to the stomach. Looks very like it, too. Skull Murphy, shaven head, tattoo marks on arms, upper and forearms. Now the question is, that forearm across the throat, is it a sleeper or isn't it? Yes, I think it is. Stopping the blood getting to the brain. And that's not going to help. That guillotine dropping. It's a public warning for it. After being told to break on 3 occasions, he still comes in and lands a leg guillotine. Robinson rearing the box now. He'd love to land a couple of punches. He's taken a few. And the backhammer from the top. Murphy reaching over. Just 1 minute to go. No double wrist lock there, just a backhammer held from the top. Even Ray Robinson didn't feel too good after landing that one, but he won the point. Robinson getting all kinds of advice from the crowd here. I don't know if you can hear it at home. They're all for him. 10 seconds to go. Third. Arm lock that he's got there. Lost the leg lock by the other side. Doesn't want to know about releasing when the bell goes, is Murphy. Quite amazing character, this fella. I think he gets a bit from his dad, of course, Roy Bill Davis. Some of the older grapple fans will surely remember Roy Bill Davis. There's Ray Robinson from Scunthorpe, just 14.5 stone of him.
Seconds away, round 4.
How many fans remember the great Cyril Knowles? Cyril Knowles, the ring name, but Cyril Knowles Peters is his real name, Cyril Knowles Peters. He trained Ray Robinson, so he started in the ring. He works for the British Steel Corporation, big factory at Scunthorpe, Ray Robinson. Murphy's still one fall down, remember? The fall that Robinson gained in the second round. One public warning against Murphy, but he hasn't got a fall yet. Not really a sign of it. Oh, the follow down a little bit late, but he's through the ropes and he's picked up. Murphy now a little bit mad. Somewhat naturally, of course. He likes his own way all the time, this man. And if he can't get it with the rule book, he'll get it without the rule book. Just a minute to go, round 4. Punch. Referee unsighted. That's what he thinks of it. Half a minute. Just 10 seconds. And Ray Robinson's strength showing up well there, but not well enough, I'm afraid, or quick enough. And Robinson looks over at the timekeeper as if to say, you had to ring the bell at that moment, just as I had got the advantage. Skull Murphy from Plymouth. Turned full-time pro in 1978. Ambition the heavyweight championship of Great Britain. But he hasn't had really a chance at that yet, but he will. He started in the wrestling booth, this man, like his dad.
Seconds away, round 5.
Round 5, 2 to go, and still Ray Robinson there in the trunks, leading Skull Murphy 1-0 at the start of round 5. That punch was seen, so Skull Murphy has got his final public warning. The start of round 5. That was a forearm. He daren't deliver another punch, surely. Instant disqualification if he does.
1, 2, 3, let him up. 4.
Nice switch. Oh, too late. On the body check. Much too late.